You're being played, man. They're trying to get me out of the house. One of the things that she said that she was gonna kill my cat, man.
Okay.
And now I'm not there to help defend
your cat. Okay. I understand.
My critter.
This is Michael Frierson, a man who, in a twist of fate, found himself on the wrong side of the law after making the call that initially seemed to put him in the right. Michael's ordeal began with a simple noise complaint. His housemate had cranked up the music, and despite his repeated requests for her to turn it down, she refused. Frustrated, Michael reached out to the authorities, lodging a noise complaint. The officers responded quickly. After arriving at the household, they told the housemate to lower the volume, which she did. The situation seemed resolved. But then, just 1 hour later, the police received another call, a call that would set off a chain of events none of them could have predicted. This time, the call was from the housemate, and her story was far more alarming. She accused Michael of pushing her, brandishing a gun, and locking her inside the house. The officers, perhaps weary from the petty squabbles, returned to the home, determined to get to the bottom of things. When the officers returned to the housemaid didn't mince words, and she admitted that once the police had left, she turned the music back up. That's when, according to her account, Michael snapped. She stated that Michael became enraged and violent at that point, pushing her, aiming a gun at her head, and locking her in the house by latching the exterior door. Another woman who lived in the house supported the claim of Michael holding a gun, but she hadn't witnessed any alleged physical confrontation. Regardless, the officer followed protocol, evacuating the house and taking Michael into custody. Michael was immediately brought to the police station for questioning.
So, obviously I want to tell you why you're here and all that. I'm sure you're wondering what's up. So, before I can talk to you, I don't want to violate your rights or anything. So I'm going to read you Miranda rights. Big part of this is that if you agree to this, you can decide to stop talking to me at any time. So even if you agree to this, it doesn't require you to talk to me. So I don't want you to feel like if you agree to it, you're going to be obligated.
Fine, man. I mean, last I knew.
Before we get into that, so I'd like to ask you some questions regarding the crime of menacing. You have the right to remain. And having these rights in mind, you willing to talk to me and answer some questions?
Yeah. Because I ain't got no fucking height. Well, I will tell you, you're being played.
All right. And then, if this is kind of a redundant question, but you understand your rights above. Date 3-29-23. 1842. Okay, now we can talk. So, I'll fill you in a little bit more later, like why you're here, but let me just start with this. So after, obviously, I came over because of the noise complaint last night, and she was being a complete jerk, pounding the music. I have a feeling she didn't stop once I left. What happened?
Man, I went out to the kitchen to go make myself a PBJ sandwich to have something to eat right before I went to bed and went to sleep. And she was standing there in Bobby's doorway, and she's just fucking being mean, vicious, evil, fucking saying, hey, yeah, you better watch yourself because something might happen to you while you're sleeping. And I'm like, I'm trying to totally fucking ignore it. And then she pulls out a fucking little flip knife and make like she was gonna fucking come at me. Okay. So at that point, I dropped my PBJ and I instinctively reacted. I pushed her back and I dipped into my bedroom.
Okay. She pulled a knife on you?
Yes.
Okay.
Fucking something about yay long, you know?
About a foot? 3/4 foot?
I don't know.
Hard for me to say yay long.
Hard for me to say.
Okay.
But it was big enough for me to concern.
Large knife. Okay.
She pulled a fucking knife on me. So yeah, I instinctively pushed her back into the bedroom so that I could dip the fuck out.
Okay.
And then she fucking, I closed my door, I locked myself in, and she said, you fucked up, now you're going to jail.
Okay.
And Julie's my witness. She stood here and saw everything. Didn't you, Julie?
What did they say they were going to say you did?
I don't fucking... They didn't say anything.
They just said you were going to go to jail for pushing her?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm not here because you pushed her. I mean,
Obviously not.
Especially if it's defensively. But, alright, so obviously, though, that's a big deal. So she pulled a knife on you?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. Did you fear of your life and all that when that happened?
Yeah.
Did she say anything when she pulled the knife?
Yeah, she was saying what I just told you.
What was that again?
Oh my god, the venomous fucking shit stuff, like her people from fucking wherever is gonna fucking get me. I better watch myself. Something might happen to me while I'm sleeping.
Okay. Gotcha. Alright, so here's the deal.
I figured that was the end of it because I didn't hear anything else, and I crashed.
Okay. Did you not hear us calling for you for several hours last night? Okay. When did you wake up today?
Yeah. What time is it now?
It's
6:45. I woke up and I saw I got a bunch of missed calls or whatnot, so I tried calling the top number back, and it was Sergeant Alfred.
Okay. You were totally dead asleep before that?
Yes.
Okay. You a pretty heavy sleeper? Like people banging on your door's not gonna wake you up?
Yeah, no, I've got sleep apnea, so yeah, I'm pretty deep sleep.
Okay. Alright, so here's why you're here. So they're alleging that, and she admitted she turned back up the music, which understandably pissed you off because that's obnoxious.
I could care less about that part.
Well, I'm just saying.
I was fixing to call you again anyway.
Okay.
I went out to go make myself a PBJ sandwich, and she fucking... I heard the click, and I looked over at her, and I saw that she had in her hand a fucking knife.
So it's a folding knife?
Yes.
The click? Okay.
Yes.
But is a folding knife like that long? Or this long?
I don't know about something
Just
like
a
that.
regular large folding knife?
Yes. At that point, I feared for my fucking life, and I instinctively dropped what I was doing. I pushed her back, and I dipped out into my bedroom.
Okay. All right, so what they're saying is that she admitted she turned back up the music. She was trying to piss you off. She admitted to that. You came out very pissed off, and then a gun got involved. Do you own any guns?
No, I don't own any guns.
Okay.
We've already been around that before.
No guns? Okay. Have you
Remember
ever...
when Julie called you guys?
Mm-hmm.
A couple years ago?
She calls me a lot, so...
And you and Vasquez were out up on the hill, and you asked me to come out of the house. It was early morning, and Julie alleged that I assaulted her and pulled a gun and blah, blah, blah.
I know the gun part.
Grandma was fucking having her coffee at the kitchen table.
Okay.
And you guys went in.
It sounds like 4 or 5 of the same incident, so I get
God.
it. No, I'm just saying that happened frequently there. So, you don't own any guns?
No, this is bullshit.
All right. Okay.
You're being played, man. They're trying to get me out of the fucking house. Mm-hmm. One of the things that she said that she was gonna fucking kill my cat, man.
Okay.
And now I'm not fucking there to help defend
your cat. Okay. I understand.
My critter.
Okay, so you don't have any guns at all? I know you have
You're
some
being played, man.
Okay.
We've been around this. No, I don't have any guns. I have a Red Ryder BB gun.
Okay.
That's it.
Understood.
And you guys have asked me many times, is that thing real? Yeah, it's a real BB gun.
Okay. So if we went back and did a search warrant of the house, we're not going to find any?
You need to get a search warrant first of all, and no,
Well, yeah.
You're not going to find any.
Okay.
I don't have any guns.
If there was one?
I am a felon. I am a registered sex offender.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have access to any guns.
Okay. If we found one that matched their description, would you agree that that's pretty damning? If we went back there and found one?
It could have been planted,
Could
for all I know.
Okay. So I know you're not happy with me because I always try to get...
Now, you, no, I'm not happy with you at all.
Okay.
Okay, and this is why.
I mean,
you never fucking back me up.
Let me explain why we're here.
You never backed me up.
Okay.
Even the day that Grandma was taken, did you know that after the hospital released her, it took them all about a week to kill her? She died in a week.
I wasn't aware of that. Or she died in hospice, though, right?
She didn't die in hospice. She died at my fucking cousin's house.
Okay. Where's
Read the death certificate.
Okay.
Congenital heart failure.
Okay.
In Pueblo.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Why the fuck was she in Pueblo? Didn't want to go to no goddamn hospital, but yet you were the one standing there barring my way.
That was the EMS's deal, man. I'm just saying.
No, you were there. I've got the whole thing on video.
Okay.
Okay, and that's not
Do you want to
the isolated time. Okay. You have never backed me up. Okay. Every time that you get called out there against me, I prove my shit fucking innocent. I have never once seen you back me up on anything. Okay. That's why I don't like.
My turn to talk. I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, I don't agree with me not backing you up with how much Julie has claimed you've done stuff, and then you do not go to jail. Well, this is how many allegations? This is the first time I've brought you here.
We have both agreed that Julie is not mentally competent.
Okay. But again, don't say that I haven't backed you up, whatever that means, when this is the first time I've arrested you, other than for some FTAs on sex offender stuff, which that was just warrants out of my control.
Right,
but again,
and
for how many allegations she has made, this is the first time this has happened. So don't act like this. I have just been believing every word she's saying. Or I take everything she says with a significant grain of salt. But the problem is, it's not just her word; it's Tyra's word. And listen for a second. I'm going to just tell you why you're here, okay? It's not just her word; it's Tyra's word, and their stories are matching up perfectly. Almost immediate interview without giving them time to make something up.
Whatever. Also, it wouldn't take very long to agree on this story.
Well, also, I like to hear someone's side of the story before I arrest them. We spent, maybe you were asleep, that's out of my control, but we spent a solid 2 hours trying to call you out of the house last night. And then this morning blowing up your phone. And at that point, I have significant allegations involving a weapon. I have to send that to the DA. More than enough evidence for a judge to sign off on it.
What evidence?
Their words all being perfect and matching up, okay? Without being able to hear your side of the story. That's the hard part. Now I've heard your side of the story, and I'm going to document it. But, again, their stories are matching up perfectly. And there's other problems, too. You say you don't have any guns? Okay, well, we already conducted the search warrant. This was under your mattress. Perfectly matches the description given by them. Would you like to explain it, or
I don't know where that came from.
Under your mattress?
I've never seen that before.
And there was matching bullets, same manufacturer, all over your room too.
Bullets I collect. Most of those bullets were my grandpappy's.
Okay. But again, we have a gun that perfectly matches what they described. Oh, I'm telling you where it came from. It came from under your mattress.
Well, I don't know how it got there.
Okay. Does anyone else have access to your room continuously? Does anyone else live in your room?
No, I don't know, man. There's no way to lock my room. So when I leave and I go to conduct my business for the day, anything is possible.
There's not, from what I heard from some people that have access to the house, whenever you leave, you lock it with a padlock.
I don't have a padlock.
Okay, that's just what I heard. I didn't verify it. But it sounds like when you leave, it gets latched from the outside. That's how we knew you were in there. It was just, it wasn't locked from the outside. It was from the inside.
Yeah, that's the only way I can lock it, is from the inside.
Okay. That's just not matching up with what I heard, but kind of beside the point here.
I mean, I have the clasp on the outside of my door, and there I have a, oh my god, a hinge pin, a hinge bolt that I do sometimes slide in there.
Okay.
But there's no definite way to lock the fucking door. I don't.
So
have
essentially,
any
your
locks.
explanation of the gun is it got planted by somebody.
That's my explanation. I don't know how it got there.
Okay. Gotcha. Your fingerprints aren't going to be on it.
As far as I know, no.
Okay. What do you mean, as far as you know? I mean, either they're on or they're not.
Well, who the fuck knows, man? I mean, planted evidence is planted evidence. And if that's damning, then...
You can't plant fingerprints. It doesn't work like that. This ain't spy movies. So I'm going to send it to CBI, and if your prints are on it, they're going to be on it. Can you give me an explanation as to why they're going to be on it? They're going to be on it, so I need to know why they're on it.
I can't answer that.
Okay. Well, I can give you an easy explanation here. So, correct me if I'm wrong.
I swear to God, man, I never did.
Okay.
I put my fucking life on it.
Okay. But your fingerprints are going to be on it. So, what's the explanation behind that? Because if I don't get something from you, it's going to look exactly like what it is. Here's what I think happened. Because I think there's two sides to every story here. For starters, your only felony is a class 3 burglary, correct? Convicted felony? Is that right? Okay. Are you familiar with the new law changes on possession of a weapon by previous offender? I'm guessing not, because you think you can't have that gun. Here, why don't you look at me here? I'm going to explain something to you.
I can't look at you right now. Man.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. So, obviously, you need to get weapons properly, but I'm not charging you with possession of a weapon by a previous offender. This is not actually a crime anymore. For it to be possession of a weapon, it's now specific crimes and only class 1 burglary. And since it's class 3 burglary, I'm not charging you. So you can legally own that gun. Obviously, it needs to go through background and all that, but that's kind of beside the point here. Tell me if this is what happened, because I have a feeling there's two sides to every story. She, based off what you told me, she pulled a knife on you. You can legally own that gun. You had the gun on you. You immediately reacted, just like you said, and pushed her back. And you don't want to tell me that you had the gun and pointed it at her, because you're worried about the possession of a weapon charge, which, again, is not an issue anymore. As of January? No, actually, I think before that. It was like mid-last year. So, you owning that gun is a non-issue. You can be honest with me about it. However, you're saying she pulled a knife on you. Did you use the gun to defend yourself? Or are you sticking with the gun is not yours, it's planted? I just need you to be honest with me. Because like I said, it's not technically illegal for you to own that gun. And if you use it to defend yourself, that's fine. That would explain a lot of things of what happened.
I purchased the gun a couple years ago.
Okay.
The gun is mine. It never left my room.
I appreciate the honesty.
I only have it for self-defense.
Well,
Bobby's. We both know what Bobby's side hustle is.
Oh yeah.
There is no beating around the bush.
No, I know what's up.
Strange, crazy motherfuckers stopping by my grandparents' place all the time.
Yeah.
My home.
Probably even still now, I bet, because people think that's where this place to get hooked up is. So I can see why
it's just
you want
to fucking defend myself, man.
No, I get it.
I never fucking brandished it.
Well, here's what I'm telling you, though. I need you to be honest with me, and here's the deal. If she pulled a knife on you and you had the gun, you said it's for self-defense. That's self-defense.
They knew about it.
They knew about the gun?
They knew about it. Everybody knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't keep it secret.
Okay. So they knew about it, but she pulled a knife on you. Did you use it in self-defense?
No,
Okay.
I never brandished it.
So it was under the mattress all last night. That's what we're saying.
Yes. I never had it on me.
Okay. So no point in sending it for fingerprints since you're agreeing it's going to be on there. Okay.
Just because of that. I don't give a fuck.
Why do you think you're daft because of that?
Christ.
Again, I'm not charging you with possession of a weapon for previous offense. No, I don't want to make this sound like legal advice, and I would strongly encourage you to triple check this, because I could be wrong, and this is you on the line, not me. But you can, as far as I'm aware, you can legally possess guns now, but they need to be through proper background check and all that stuff. You can't just buy it off a guy. You said it was like 3 years ago?
Yeah, it's something like that. A couple of years ago.
A couple of years ago, and you've had it since then. Okay. All right. So basically, we're sticking to you're admitting to the ownership of the gun, which is fine. But you never pulled it out in self-defense. She pulled the knife on you. You just shoved her back, and then went back in the room.
That's exactly what happened, bro.
All right. Anything else you would like to add to this, or any questions for me? Is that it? I can bring you back to the holding cell if you'd like.
Yeah, whatever, man. Fucking.
Okay.
Her running her fucking mouth about being held hostage. I'm the motherfucker that was really held hostage in that shit.
Well, again, it's not just Julie or Kyra's, it's both of them with
It's
matching
both,
stories.
man. Oh my. Yeah, what? Okay.
I mean, I know Julie hasn't been very honest with me in the past, but usually every single other time in the past, it's because she wants something and she's using it to get it. This time we had to seek her out to get the story. This wasn't her lying to us.
This is bullshit. No, whatever, man.
Okay. All right.
I don't fucking believe it. I like to talk to a lawyer.
Okay, absolutely. Go ahead and step over here for me. I want to be able to arrange that, but the public defender should talk with you here sometime before.
Michael Frierson was sentenced to $1,673.50 in fines, 2 years of probation, 24 hours of community service, 90 days in jail, mental health treatment, and random drug testing.